Staxx, what's going on? It's your boy Shane Coyle from the Prank Call Mafia and Child Safety Soldiers. I wanted to just say on behalf of myself and Jennifer Adelia, to everybody out there, it's Shane Coyle, you're chatting with Staxx. And hello, hi, sweetheart, how are you? It's Jennifer Adelia. You're definitely chatting with Staxx. Hi, dear. It's Abigail Cranston, 74-year-old internet hoe, and you're chatting with Staxx, my boyfriend.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got child safety soldier Shane Coyle.
And, you know, it's insane. There's no stopping them. Just like the war on drugs will never end, child predators will never be deceased or extinct, and we'll always have to do our due diligence as parents, as uncles, as grandfathers, as grandmothers, as sisters, as brothers, to keep these bastards away from our kids.
You have to. Somebody has to do it. And
It's crazy, bro.
is there a way to make a living at doing this type of stuff?
I mean, there's all kinds. Listen, I'll tell you what. If I was approached and said, hey, we want to turn this into a reality show, which several prominent celebrities in the past have done it, you know, I've actually flown out to Boston. I won't mention the celebrity's name, but they flew me out there. They were going to turn the whole thing into a TV show, The Ultimate Decoy or Vigilante Dads, whatever they were going to call it. But back then I wasn't ready. I was still getting high. My mind is sharp. I'm on point now. I'm no longer getting high. And yeah, if they wanted to turn it into a TV show, why not? You know what I mean? But as far as this right now, I'm not making any money off of it. You know, I'm under the umbrella of a 501(c) with different organizations. I'm doing my own 501(c), and my main thing is I want to just give back. You know, yeah, if I could get a show out of the deal and we could actually make a living and I could do this full time, more power to it. I'll bust predators full time, 5 of them a day. But in the meantime, man, you know, my profession is voiceover acting and addictions and mental health counseling, man. I just got out of that job. I'm going to go move into another rehab to do some more counseling for people and group facilitating. But yeah, man, there's ways. There's people out there that want to donate to the cause and stuff like that. I don't take any donations or anything like that because number one, I'm not the 501(c) yet, but eventually I will. I mean, who knows? I'm not even in for that though, man. I'm in it for the, you know, for the awareness and for the safety of the kids, man. Every time I bust one of these predators, I picture and envision my little girl or my little boy being backed into a corner by the pervert that's standing in front of me. And I put the fear of God into them and let them know I'm a father.
So now, when you approach these people, has there ever been like they run? Has anyone pulled a weapon on you?
Yes, absolutely. If you take a look at my page, there's one, you see me slap the crap out of one of them. One guy had a big Bowie knife strapped to his leg, went to pull it. I'm a 28-year, I've done martial arts for 28 years of my life, studied over 28 years of martial arts. I'm a 2nd-degree black belt in Korean Kumdo. I can't stop a bullet though. So, you know, look, the dangers are there. One actually, I was on the Dr. Phil show and he highlighted this one. One of them actually left the scene and spun around with his car and came back and plowed right into me, which was kind of crazy, you know. But, you know, all of the thoughts of the dangers of it go out the window with me sometimes. I'm still aware and conscious of it, but you got to keep in mind, and I keep in mind, these are weak-minded individuals. These are sick, developed people that are preying on children. You know, I'm way more advanced than a child mentally, and they are not. Now they are as far as manipulation, but when it comes to somebody of pride being a father versus a predator, I'm going home to my kids, whether you got a gun, a knife, or what. I'm going home to my kids, and you're going to jail. Period.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you have to do what you got to do, then that's what it is, right?
Amen. Amen, bro. You know, I'll take up for my own. That's for sure. My kids are my kids. I'm going home no matter what. I'm going home. And I think about it every time I bust a predator. There's been several altercations. One gave me a pretty good run for my money fish wise, but I do it in a different style now. I'm not as flipped out as I used to be. There was a time where, like I
Do
said,
you go by yourself? Has there been times?
Majority of the time I do, you know, and it's building. My organization is building. I used to have my brothers with me, you know, and different people with me. But, you know, I'll get a message at 2:30 in the morning. It's a child predator. And I'm talking to him all throughout, you know, I'll talk to him for at least minimum a week before I bust him to build the evidence, build the chat history, build the logs, build the charges. and then they want to meet up right away. So I got to go right away. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm looking for other decoys out there. I'm looking for a couple strong arms. You said so yourself. You want to come do some camera work? It's good to have people with you. It really is, you know.
Yeah.
Ultimately, yeah, bro. Eventually we'll be big enough to where I got people with me, but I'm not opposed to going by my damn self like I've been for almost every bust I've done, except for maybe about 20 of them.
And you're filming it and busting these
I
people.
got the phone, I got my hands. I'm like, you know, and I'm watching their hands, I'm watching their feet, I'm watching what they, you know, the one the other night, he was a self-proclaimed motorcycle gang member claiming to be in the Pagans, which was obviously cap. Okay. He was in a motorcycle chapter, but it wasn't the Pagans. He had the tattoos, some pagan tattoos on his arm, which is like, wow, bro. Like, you know,
He was telling the child that, right?
yeah, telling a 15-year-old little girl, you know, I'm saying to him on the phone, so like, what do you do? Like, where are you? And like, what do you do for fun? He's like, well, I'm a motorcycle member. I'm a chapter leader or vice president, whatever he said, prospector for a pretty big gang motorcycle. When he said motorcycle gang, I knew it was like, you know, I don't
Do
know,
you
a little.
record the phone calls
Oh
too?
yeah, yeah, it's all on my page, Child Safety Soldiers on Facebook. You see it, you check them out, bro. You'll see they're titled too, "Calling a Child Predator Live," blah blah blah. You know, it's
Yeah.
all out there, bro. You know,
That's wild stuff, man. So
it's
now
crazy, man.
when you're talking to these people, what's your objective once they're on the phone and
Objective number one, I got
once you see them in person, like what's your goal?
my main objective. Okay, it's I go through a statute of exact steps that I take that I created and made for this movement. Number one, ultimately off the rip, they have to know the first message that comes out of my mouth via text is hello, I am not an 18-year-old. Hopefully you don't mind. I'm 14 or I'm 15 or I'm 13, whatever age I give. Letting them know right off the bat before any other things come about this way. There's no entrapment, there's no coercing, you know. Hey, I'm a minor, I'm 15, hope you don't mind. 90% of them say, oh, I don't care, I like that, or oh, you don't mind that I'm older. It's disgusting, man. Some of the likeness of people too are people that are literally the least expected people. You would never expect them. Cops, teachers, Disneyland workers, priests, you know, environmental awareness, you name it. They, you don't think they're a predator, but the fact is, a child predator doesn't have any look to him. It doesn't have any sex. It doesn't
You
have any.
caught cops?
Oh yeah, bro. We busted off-duty cops. We busted on-duty, not on duty. We busted off-duty cops. I busted a Disneyland worker who's responsible for putting the seatbelt over your kid on the ride. Yeah, I busted him a while back in Naples, Florida. I mean, bro, there's no limit to what these people are. It could be your next door neighbor. It could be your grandmother. It could be your local convenience store clerk. It could be Joey Fountain Yachts walking down the road with his little dog. You know what I mean? Like there's no identifying factors of a child predator. So my list goes as far as letting them know that I am 100% a kid right off the rip, letting them know that I'm not involved in any kind of sex. You know, so like I don't know, I haven't done anything like before. So like, what do you want to do? I establish their intent. You let them know your age, you get their intent. Their intent is to have sex. Well, sweetie, I want to do this. I don't know. Boom, I got the age, I got the intent, the location, the identity, and then just keep driving it home, mentioning my age every now and then, driving it home. What do you want to do? Oh, wow, what is that? Oh, they talk about different sexual stuff. Then we want to get them incriminated by saying, so like, do you have any like pictures? Yeah, sweetheart, I'll send you this. I'll send, oh, okay, cool. Oh my God, you sent a penis pic?
Now,
Oh,
if
I
they
hope I didn't
send a
make,
picture, is that a crime in
oh,
itself?
in itself, solicitation of or distribution of pornographic material to a minor, solicitation of pornographic material from a minor when they ask me for pictures. It's a fine line. There's so many different
But
parameters that you have to know.
even though technically you're not a minor, but you're pretending to
Absolutely.
be a minor, does it still
It's
apply to them?
in many states it does, some it doesn't. So what I do is I find the loopholes, and I found a loophole many years ago when a couple of cases for other teams got thrown out because there was not really a minor involved. So I had to put my head together. I had to say, you know what? Okay, well, because the cops said, well, it's not really a picture of a minor. It's an adult that looks like a minor. So what I said to my decoy, I said, listen, give me a picture of you when you were 15. So now it's a real picture of a minor. She's not that old anymore. It doesn't matter. That is a minor. That is a picture of a minor. Bang. eviction, get them every time. Boom, boom, boom. And then if we don't get them arrested off of that, at least we know. And I did the other night, 2 nights ago, when I busted this predator. He has child pornographic material in his phone. The second he discloses that to me, the police are informed. Hey, he's got these pictures in his phone. Take a look. They look, gone, arrested. So the movement is really taking flight and taking shape, and it's going to really, really benefit a lot of parents and a lot of children, man. You know, it's
And
really intense.
people admit to you a lot of things. Once you're in their presence, you're asking them these questions, and they're
Oh, yeah.
openly admitting all this stuff, right?
Absolutely, bro. What I do is I have a unique style of being able to, listen, let's face it, bro. You heard my story before. I was a hustler growing up. I got the ability to tell somebody go to hell and make them look forward to going. Why not manipulate these child predators the same way they're manipulating our children? I'm going to
Yeah.
pretend that I'm your friend. I'm going to tell you I want to help you. Listen, I understand your problems. Listen, look, kids are promiscuous. I know, I get it. You must
Maybe
have
she was
felt
asking for it. You're saying
exactly.
things
And
like,
then, hey, are you going to call the cops? No, I'm not calling the cops, man. Tell me more. Let me see your phone, please. May I see your phone? Now, I can't tell these child predators what to do. I can't say, hey, don't move, sit down, because then it's false imprisonment of a person and you go to jail. I can't
yeah.
pretend to be a police officer. But what I did is I found the loopholes for that too. Because a lot of team members were getting arrested for false imprisonment by telling them, don't move, let me see your phone, giving them instructions, orders. So I started telling the teams out there, I said, well, listen, don't tell them what to do, ask them. And I did it my way. I say, listen, I'm going to ask you to sit down. I'm going to ask you to shut up. I'm going to ask you to see your phone. I'm asking them. I didn't tell them. I asked them. They can't get me in trouble. Boom, biff, bang. It works every time, bro. Okay, here. Thank you. You let me see your phone? Yeah. I'm going to ask you to sit down and shut up. They do. It's the way about tone, inflection of voice, and the deliverance of what you say to these perverted, disgusting, mamaloo people, bro. I'm telling you, they're gross, bro. So
That's
it's been intense, man.
insane.
It's been pretty crazy, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, and now you're starting to pick up a lot of steam, and the news is catching wind of you.
Yeah,
You've
oh
been on
yeah.
the news recently, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing a couple news articles and news interviews, and all of that stuff is great. There was once a time in my life where it was, not with the predator hunter movement, but I just wanted to be famous. I just want to be on TV. I just want to be an actor. Listen, all of that stuff is you're getting the notoriety and the so quote unquote fame or exposure. But for me being the person that created, well, kicked this movement off years ago, me being the person that started this thing going on Facebook and high momentum, it's a passion. It's my passion. I don't care that you're showcasing me, showcase my teams, showcase my people. Spread the awareness through social media, through your news media, through the radio stations. As long as you're saying child predator hunters or child predators are out there, listen, you're doing a justice for my movement by saying, hey, you know what? We're putting the fire on this thing, man. We're throwing oil on the fire, letting parents see the exposure of these bastards.